Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Okay. So Surah Fatiha, okay? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. Okay, just a quick checklist, okay? Right, so just ensure all of you here out of seven. How many do you get? Make sure you have all seven. Try your best to have all seven, okay? If it's difficult to face the Qibla because the screen is the other way, it's okay. Right, but if you can face the Qibla, face the Qibla. Okay, but all the rest you should be able to do, correct? Right, so in wudu, inshallah, make sure you're in wudu, that the believer or the Muslim is always in wudu because the wudu is your shield against shaitan. Right? It's your protection against shaitan. Right? So people who don't have wudu, right? Shaitan can easily disturb them and bother them and make them lazy to do what Allah loves. Right. So always be in wudu if you really want to be a good Muslim, inshallah. Then siwak, you have your siwak with you, right? Or your toothbrush, or you have already brushed your teeth. Right? Important this morning, the moment you wake up, go and brush your teeth. Right? Have nice smells. Later we'll do our atar salawat, okay? Our nice smells, our atar. Like, and then cover your aura. Cover your aura, inshallah. Right, cover your aura. Um, be respectful on the chat. You can see that I actually don't allow you all to chat with each other, right? You can only chat with me, right? Because I don't want you all to be distracted. Okay, right? So, but you can chat with me. You can answer me on the chat. Okay, I can see your chat. Right, be respectful on the chat, face the Qibla, and write notes in a notebook. Yeah, yesterday some of you sent me your notes. MashaAllah, I saw some of you sent me your notes through your parents. Like your mothers probably have my number. They actually send me your notes. Very well done. Some of you draw the notes, mashallah. Okay, let us do our siwak first. I'm gonna go through quickly, inshallah, because I want to begin our stories already. Right now it is 10:03, right? So we're gonna try to, inshallah, like to get a few stories in today, inshallah. Today I have time. I have an exam later actually. Right, but inshallah, I can give you all time. Okay, I can give you all time, right, and tell you all a bit more stories, right? But today I have exam, tomorrow I have exam, mashallah. Dua for me, okay? I still have a lot of exams. Okay, come. Siwak, siwak, siwak. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I get your siwak or a toothbrush. If no siwak, get a toothbrush, okay? And read this dua. So even when you brush your teeth normally in the morning with your toothbrush and toothpaste, you can read this dua as well, okay? You can get it printed out. Okay? Ask your mother to go and print it out. It's all found on Ustaza's Facebook or Instagram. Ask your mother to go and find there. Okay, it's all the duas are all there. Okay, then you can just print it out, paste it at the don't put it in the toilet, okay? Paste it outside, like outside, wherever you can see it, right? And then you can do your siwak. Okay, come. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma bayyid bihi asnani wasabbit bihi wasabbit bihi وشد به لساتي وثبت به رهاتي وأصلح به لساني وأسئني عليه وبارك لي فيه يا رب العالمين آمين. O Allah, whiten my teeth by it and strengthen my gums by it and make firm my uvula by it. You know what's a uvula? Not? The uvula is the back of your throat, the thing that's dangling. And make firm. That means when you know what it means by making firm or not? Making firm means when you inshallah when we pass away, we will say La ilaha illallah. People who use siwak all the time, inshallah, when they have to pass away, when they're about to die, they will say La ilaha illallah. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever says La ilaha illallah before they die, like then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then they will enter into paradise straight away. Whoever says La ilaha illallah before they die, they will enter into paradise straight away, inshallah. And that is why we say you want to do as much as you can, right? So you can say La ilaha illallah before you die and go straight into Jannah. Inshallah. Okay, let's do our slawat. Inshallah, slawat for the on على آله وصحبه وبلغنا بجاهه كل مقصود ومطلب. I hope you all are doing as I'm doing, okay? Follow me, okay? I hope that as I'm saying all of these things, you are also doing because your angels are right down reward for you. If you are sick or lying down or do what you're doing, then angels, oh, they have a job to do. They want to write down reward for you, but you're not saying all the dua. They're not saying all the selawat. What the angels going to do? They can do nothing. Poor angels. They want to write down for your reward. Come on. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الطيب المطيب الحبيب المقرب وعلى آله وصحبه وبلغ بشهده members like the Atar. I know I put four reasons to keep present this time around because I somebody from yesterday, right? And I told you the answer yesterday, guys. But who can remind us? What are the four reasons? What are the four reasons? What are the four reasons? That we all put on Atar. Is somebody here cannot hear? Okay, I think she needs to ask her parents. Can you all hear Ustazah? Can you all hear Ustazah? Can you all hear me or not? Can you all hear me? Let me see. Can you all hear me? Yes, can. Okay, somebody here cannot hear me. I think something is wrong on her side. Okay, but the rest of you can hear me. Okay, so then later I'll let you unmute, okay? I will ask question. I will my internet is very weak. I don't see, when I'm just not sure what you're saying because my like you don't inshallah internet is strong. Okay, uh, Islam. What, um, yeah, I can't think about it. Internet is breaking up on my voice. I can't do anything about it. All I do is do apples as okay for my internet and do that because that's all you can do. I can I don't know what to do about it. You understand? I can make about it working or oh, just but no, I don't know. Selamat day. And dua, like you tell me it's leggy, you tell me it's is it I can't yeah, I can't do anything about it. Let me just put on the okay, not hear me. Okay, what we can only do is the salawat and dua, right? Salawat and dua, inshallah. I ask you the question, why must we put on atar before we study? Why should we put on atar before we study? Four reasons. Do you all remember? Right? Why must we put on atar before we study? Do you all remember? Why put on atar before we study? Why? Yesterday. Oh, Afra Adam there. Afra Adam. What must we do? What must we do? Like, why we put on atar? Yesterday I told you Okay, Bismillah. Sorry, my internet got disconnected, but I think now it's better. Is it better now? Can you hear me now better? Can you all hear me now better? Now better, or not? Is it better now? Yeah, sometimes the internet must disconnect and connect again. Then it gets better. Alhamdulillah. Okay, now I can tell stories very well. Inshallah. Inshallah. Okay, come. See somebody's dua, right? I'm sure it was somebody's dua. Say, Ya Allah, make the internet go so we can hear the stories better. And then Allah disconnect the internet and Allah connect back again. So Alhamdulillah. Why are we seeing this one? Not this one. I want to see something else. This one. This is the internet. This is the internet in Tarim. Do you know that the internet in Tarim, actually, okay, this is in Arabic, right? But you know, in the internet in Tarim, you know what they say down here? When you connect to the internet in Tarim, they say, our dear user, we remind you that Allah sees everything. Allah is watching you. So use the internet in what will make Allah pleased with you and benefit you. Whenever I connect the internet, there'll be this message that they mention in Arabic. Remember that Allah sees you. So use the internet for what is good and what Allah is pleased with, what benefits you. MashaAllah, right? Muslim country, the internet, they, this kind of message. So you don't use the internet. Okay. Who else wants to answer the question about the atar? What else are what are the answers? Somebody said we use four reasons. Yesterday I said to you all four reasons why we put on atar before we study. First reason is people with good smells have strong brains. Now Imam Shafi'i said one of the great imams is so smart that when he looked Imam Shafi'i, right, when he looked at one page, he memorized it in an instant. Can you do that? You just see, just look, nobody read, just look at the page and he memorized every single word in that page exactly. Now, Imam Shafi'i, he's so smart, his brain is so strong. And he said that people who have good smells, they have a strong mind. So you want to be clever, you gotta have good smells. Okay. Okay, number two, come, give me the four reasons why we put on atar. Who can tell me? Yesterday I shared with you all, right? The four reasons. First one is to be smart. Second one. First one is to be smart. Second one. Charity, yes. Well done, Maimuna. Charity, yes. Because people who put on atar, after a while you can't smell it, right? When you put on your atar, after a while you cannot smell it. People around you can smell it. Then you're giving charity to them by making them feel good. They always smell nice smells from you. So you don't smell smelly when you go to people. And second one is to attract the angels and to smell like the Prophet. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Correct. And then the last one. Oh, the last one. Do you remember? The sunnah, yes, sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to attract the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, very fast. Let's do our dua before studying. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. نوينا تعلم وتعليم وتذكر وتذكير ونفع والانتفاع والإفادة والاستفادة والحث على التمسك بكتاب الله وسنة رسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم ودعاء إلى الهدى ودلالة على الخير ابتغاء وجه الله ومرضاته وقربه وثوابه سبحانه وتعالى مع لطف وعافية برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم إنا نسألك علم لدني ومشرب صافي الهاني يا وهاب يا غني اللهم إنا نسألك علم لدني ومشرب صافي الهاني يا وهاب يا غني اللهم إنا نسألك علم لدني ومشرب صافي الهاني يا وهاب يا غني وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين. Okay, let us do the first story of today. Right, so this class in June, we are going to talk about hadith. Okay, what are hadith? They are the exact words of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So you want to learn exactly from Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam what he us, right? Want to hear exactly what did my prophet say. And that is why the title of this class is called What My Beloved Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam Said. Last year June, I also gave you all a lot of stories, right? From this class, right? Remember 25 lessons last year during June. Today is season two, second this year, season two, second time round. We're doing stories on the words of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And I will draw for you, inshallah, today. Okay, inshallah. Later I will try and see if I can unmute and can hear you all and ask you all can ask questions. Okay. Right. But now I'm just gonna tell the story first. Then later on, if you have questions, inshallah, you can ask your questions. Okay, get ready. Okay, everybody get ready. We're going to say the words of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Remember yesterday we imagined him. Okay, I'm going to do it very quickly. Okay, imagine Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Right, how is his face? He is fair skinned with a bit of redishness in his cheeks. How are his eyes? The most beautiful eyes you have ever seen. The black part of his eyes are very black, and the white parts of his eyes are very white. He has the most beautiful eyebrows above his eyes, and his eyelashes are long and beautiful. Then his nose is the most perfect nose you've ever seen in your life. And his lips are always in a smile. And his teeth, they are like a row of pearls. So white, his teeth. And he's always smiling. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has wavy hair. Right? Not straight, not curly, but wavy. Like his hair is wavy and black. Just very, very black, his hair. It's not brown, it's not blonde, it's not red, it's not blue or purple or green. No, his hair is black. Very beautiful, silky, smooth hair. Wavy hair. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has the best sense that you can smell from him. I want you to close your eyes and imagine he is in front of you. Oh, if he sees you, Nabi Muhammad SAW, he loves children. Like he will straight away, I'm very sure he will straight away hug you and rub your head and kiss your forehead. Who wants that? Who wants that? Inshallah, every day you imagine Nabi Muhammad SAW, inshallah, one day you will see him in your dreams and he will hug you and kiss your forehead and wipe your head and say, well done. Good job. I see that you're being a very good Muslim boy or a Muslim girl. MashaAllah, right? You want to make Nabi Muhammad SAW happy with you. Then you imagine you took his hand and you kissed his hand, and his skin is the softest skin that you have ever touched in the whole world. Softer than even the softest silk, it's soft his skin. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And then he said to you, I'll read in Arabic, okay? قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم جالس الكبراء سائل العلماء وخالد الحكماء. Nabi Muhammad SAW said, what did my Prophet SAW say? He said, sit with the elders. Whenever I say Nabi Muhammad, what must you all say? Must you all say? The angels can hear you, right? The angels can hear you, right? If I say Nabi Muhammad, what must you all say? Come, tell me, what must you all say? When I say Nabi Muhammad or Rasulullah, Prophet Muhammad, An-Nabi, Ar-Rasul. What do we say? What do we say? How come nobody knows the answer? Nobody's answering my question. Do you all know the answer? What do we say when we say Nabi Muhammad? Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? Do you all know the answer? You're not supposed to unmute, you're supposed to type in the chat. Okay, you're not supposed to unmute, you're supposed to type on the chat. I only want you to type on the chat. Okay, nobody knows the answer. Nobody has answered. Only a few of you answered. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. I'm sure you all know what to say, right? Yeah, you're not supposed to unmute, okay? You all cannot unmute because my internet is very... Okay, come. First story of today. Let's get into the story. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, yesterday I told you Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said Jalisul Kubara. Jalisul Kubara. What does that mean? Let's use green color, okay? Jalisul Kubara. That means Nabi Muhammad sallallahu said that means sit, sit with what? With elderly people. Elderly people. If you're having a notebook, write it in your notebook. Okay. So you can remember the stories that I tell you. Okay. The first story is about this part. Remember the hadith just now? There are three parts, right? Let me show you all. Okay. The first part is sit with the elders. Let me show you all. Okay, I'm gonna write it here as well. Okay, the first part is sit with the elders, number one. And I have a few stories about this. And then ask the scholars questions. If you don't know something, especially in Islam, don't ask some random person on the street, some shopkeeper, or don't know who. You ask them the question, they will give you the wrong answer. I ask an ustad or an ustada if you don't know something. Right? In Islam, right? Ask people who know. Don't ask just anybody, right? Ask people who know. Your teachers. Correct. That's number two. And the last one is mixed with the wise. Oh, this one, I have a lot of stories about one person who is a very interesting person. I thought I'll tell you a story about this one, okay? Mixed with the wise. Who are the wise people? You're going to mix with them, okay? Don't mix, that means don't mix with foolish people. Don't sit around with foolish people because you begin to do what they do. Oh, you don't want to do that, right? Okay, come. Let me go back to my slide. Okay, my whiteboard. This is my whiteboard. Okay, let me tell the first story. So the first story of sit with elderly people. Yesterday I said I want to talk about a very special woman, right? This special woman, she lived in the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. She's a very old woman and she's very special, very, very special. She is the only person she is the only, draw her for wrinkles, okay, because she's very old. She is the only person who actually lived longer than the whole lifetime of Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. That means she was already around before Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was born, and she outlived him. That means she lived longer than him. So she saw him being born. She saw Nabi Muhammad SAW being born. She saw him grow up. She saw him become a young man. She saw him get married. She saw him have a lot of children. She saw him become a prophet. She saw him with all the things that he did as a prophet. And she even saw him pass away. She saw the whole life of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Who is this old woman who saw the whole life of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Oh, she's very old. Let me make her sit down, okay? Why her body so weird? Right, she's so old. She saw the entire life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Who is this old woman? What is her name? They all go and find out. I say her name starts with B, right? Her name starts with B. She is somebody whom Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "This is my mother after my mother," because she looked after Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam since he was a baby. Like since he was a baby, she looked after Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam since he was a baby. Who is this woman? Who knows? Let me see who knows who is the woman. Okay, who is this woman? She's not the milk mother. No, only Maimuna knows. Only Maimuna know the answer. Nobody else know the answer. Who is this woman? She is Barakah. Like her name is, let me write her name, okay? I want everybody to remember her name. Her name is Barakah. Barakah means blessings. Her name actually means blessings. Barakah, it means uh, I once had a cat and I called it Blessings, but it ran away. The blessings ran away. Her name is Barakah. It means blessings. She is also known as Ayman. Okay, Ayman. People call her Barakah or they call her Ayman. Okay, Barakah. Oh, let's talk about her. She, since Nabi Muhammad, she was actually a servant who served Nabi Muhammad Wasallam's mother and father. Right. So when Nabi Muhammad Wasallam's mother, Amina, Sayyidah Aminah got pregnant, she looked after the mother of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam because Nabi Muhammad's father passed away, right? Remember, his father passed away when he was only 2 months inside his mother. His father passed away already. Right, so Barakah was the one who kept his mother company and helped her with the chores, like clean the house, cook food, and everything. She was there. And when and she saw the light in the face of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that he went and he sujood to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when he was a baby. And she also saw when Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was 6 years old and he followed his mother to go and see his father's grave. Then his mother became sick, right? His mother became sick and his mother passed away. Who was the one who brought him back to Mecca? Because the mother became sick in the middle of the desert. There was nobody there. Only Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was there and his mother was there and Barakah was there. Right, so his mother became sick and passed away, and there was nobody around Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was only 6 years old, only six, not even primary one, only 6 years old in the middle of a desert. How did he get home? Barakah brought him home. Barakah was the woman who was there who brought him home. And through his life, she will look after him. Even until he became a big man, a grown man, she will still go to his house and try and serve him. MashaAllah. She loved him so much. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam will always go to Barakah. He treated her like as if it's his mother. Nabi Muhammad, Mim Ha Mim Dal. Okay, learn how to write Nabi Muhammad Muhammad's name in Arabic, okay? Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he loved to go to Sayyidah Barakah. She is much older than him, okay? She's much older, right, than him, and he will love to go to her. And he will say, what did Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam say? Barakah is my mother after my mother. Barakah, what did he say? Barakah is my mother. Nabi Muhammad SAW has a few mothers, okay? His real mother, he has his milk mother, Halimatul Sa'adiyah, and also Suwaib al-Aslamiyah. And he has Barakah, who will look after him like as if she is his mother. MashaAllah, Barakah is my mother after my mother, I mean, after my real mother. Right? MashaAllah. Like there are people who have more than one mother, right? There's some people who have a few mothers. Nabi Muhammad SAW had how many mothers? He had his own mother, he had milk mother, Sayyidah Halimah to he had another milk mother, Suwaib al-Aslamiyah, and he had a mother who looked after him since he was 6 years old until he became an adult. Right, that was Barakah Ayman. And Muhammad SAW had four mothers, mashallah, right? Four mothers, mashallah. And he never forgot Ayman. And when Nabi Muhammad SAW would get Quran, when Jibril came to Nabi Muhammad SAW and gave him Quran, right, Nabi Muhammad SAW will read Quran and he will especially go to Barakah, Ayman, and he would recite Quran to her. And he would say, A'udhu billahi minash shaytanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Because Barakah, she loved the Quran very much. She loved to listen to Quran all day. MashaAllah. And she would look forward Nabi Muhammad SAW coming to her house and reading the Quran in front of her. Oh, she loved, 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 loved Quran so much. But she lived to see Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away. Oh, she actually lived longer than him. She's older than him, but she actually lived longer than him. And she saw the day when Nabi Muhammad SAW became sick and he passed away. Passed away. Nabi Muhammad SAW passed away. Oh, Allah. And Baraka was so heartbroken. She was so heartbroken. She was so sad. She really missed Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Really, really, really missed him. It's like as if her own son passed away. She was so sad when Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away. And even more sad that she does not hear new Quran anymore. Right? The Quran that came to Nabi Muhammad SAW finished. That's all. There's no more Quran that will come because Nabi Muhammad SAW passed away. The Quran is the Quran that he told her, right? And there's no more. There's no more because he passed away. She was crying, 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 Sayyidah Barakah. So one day, okay, who can tell me who became the leader of the Muslims after Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away? Who knows? Who is the leader of the Muslims? When Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away. Who can tell me? Who became the leader, like, of the Muslims? MashaAllah. Some of you told me you all have three mothers. MashaAllah. Some of you have three mothers, some of you have two mothers, some of you have four mothers, some of you have five mothers. So many mothers you have. MashaAllah. Okay. Who was the person who was the first leader after Nabi Muhammad SAW passed away? Who can tell me? MashaAllah, some of you got it right. MashaAllah, Ihsan said Abu Bakr. MashaAllah, Lydia and Omar and Ruqayya said Abu Bakr. Maimuna said Abu Bakr. Hana and Umar said Abu Bakr. Arya said Abu Bakr. Shifa said Abu Bakr. Saifuddin said Abu Bakr. Amal said Abu Bakr. Yahya and Firas all said Abu Bakr. Alhamdulillah, all correct. Sayyidina Abu Bakr became the leader of the Muslims after Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away. And Sayyidina Abu Bakr, I cannot draw him, okay, because he's a very special, he is a leader of the Muslims, a very special man. Cannot draw him, right? So I'll draw like this, okay, and I write Abu Bakr. Sayyidina Abu Bakr, when he became the leader after Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away, he's the new leader of the Muslims, right? He tried to do every single thing that Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to do. Whatever Rasulullah used to do, he wants to do it. Exactly what Nabi Muhammad sallallahu used to do, he wants to do it. And inshallah, later I'll tell another story about how he found out from his daughter, Sayyidah Aisha, who is Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's wife. He found from his daughter that Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to go to a blind man, an old blind man. And what would Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam do with this blind man? Later I will tell the story, okay? But Sayyidina Abu Bakr, he knows that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to always go to Saida Baraka's house and keep her company. Do you all like to go to old people's houses? Do you know old people sometimes they feel very lonely? Do you all know that? Like, and they really get happy when people come to their house. Do you all know? During Hari Raya, during Eid, that you go to people's houses and you see old people. You should always go and follow your parents to go or your grandparents to go and see old people because old people they're always lonely. So Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, go and keep the company of old people. Sit with old people. And old people have lots of stories, right? Have you ever heard their stories? Old people have a lot of stories. And they are very wise. And they have a lot of experience. I like to sit with my grandmother last time, and she would tell me all the stories of when the Japanese came to Singapore. Oh, and what they did in Singapore. And she would tell me all the stories about my grandfather. I didn't meet my grandfather. He passed away when I was not born. But my grandmother would tell me all the very special stories about my grandfather and how special he is as a Muslim. All right. You go to your grandparents' house, right? They tell you all kinds of stories, right? MashaAllah. But they are also very lonely. Do you all know that? That old people get very lonely because everybody is in school, everybody is working, everybody is busy, and the grandparents are at home and nobody is with them, right? They're very lonely, right? So you go to their house and keep them company, right? And talk to them. So Sayyidina Abu Bakr, he remembered Barakah. Nabi Muhammad SAW used to go to the house of Barakah and keep her company. But now he has passed away. So Sayyidina Abu Bakr is thinking, I'm very sure she's lonely. I'm very sure she's very sad and very lonely. So he went to Sayyidina Omar. Sayyidina Omar is here. He went to Sayyidina Omar. Sayyidina Omar also cannot draw, okay? I cannot draw Sayyidina Omar also, but they're both men, okay? Sayyidina Omar. And he said, so Omar, come with me. Let's go and visit Barakah Ayman. And Sayyidina Omar said, come, let's go. Then Sayyidina Abu Bakr said, yes, let's go and visit Barakah Ayman the way Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to visit her when he was alive. Come, 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 come. Let's go. Right. So they went along to the house of Sayyidah Barakah Ayman. And they sat with her. Oh, and they sat with her and they began to talk about Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they talk 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 about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they remembered how it was when Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was alive. They remembered how they loved to look at his face. They remembered how they loved to smell the scent of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know, there are people in our time who can see Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in real life. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu goes to them, you know. And I know people, they always can smell Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you know. Because why? They follow Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam exactly. And they do a lot of sunnahs. And they do a lot of slawat. Okay, I give you all three secrets, okay? Three. If you want to smell Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and you want to see him, you must follow him. Okay, you must have good manners and good character. Be like Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Be kind and gentle. Number two, do his sunnahs. What is his sunnah? When he wants to drink water, sit down. When you want to eat food, say Bismillah. Use the right hand. Right, many sunnahs. You can type on the chat. What sunnahs do you know about Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Use atar, right? Atar is sunnah, right? Use atar. And the third one is slawat a lot. Slawat a lot, a lot. Like some people, they slawat every day 1,000 times. Slawat is like this, okay? I show you how. Slawat is Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Okay, that one is the shortest slawat, okay? Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Some people do it 1,000 times every day. And the person who does it 1,000 times every day, they will see Nabi Muhammad SAW. Insha'Allah. Some people do it 10,000 times every day. MashaAllah. And every single night, they will see Nabi Muhammad SAW. MashaAllah. But minimum, you should do at least 300 times a day. Go and get your tasbih, okay, and do 300 times a day. And 10 times in the morning, 10 times in the evening. At least 10 times. Remember last year I told you all, at least 10 times morning, 10 times evening. Say Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. 10 times, 10 times. So on the day of judgment, if, if somebody has to be thrown into the hellfire, if somebody has to be thrown into the hellfire, the 10 salawats in the morning and the evening, right? You can say, Ya Rasulullah, I salawat 10 times, morning and evening, every single day. Help me, help me. And Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam will go to Allah and say, oh, Ya Allah, this person salawat 10 times in the morning and 10 times in the evening, every single day. Can I intercede? That means, can I ask for this person to not be put in the hellfire and put him in paradise? And inshallah, Allah will accept and Allah will put the person in paradise. Why? Because they did 10 times salawat in the morning and 10 times salawat in the evening. It's super easy. It's not difficult at all, right? It's super easy. Just sit there, use your fingers. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. 10 times. It's super easy. Correct. And I think all of you have memorized how to say it, right? So anyway, Sayyidina Abu Bakr and Sayyidina Omar, they went to Barakah Oh, and they began to talk about Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and remember the days with Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. How beautiful, how amazing, how it was the best time of their lives when Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was alive. And Sayyidah Barakah, she began to cry and cry and cry and cry because she's like a mother, right? Like a mother who lost her son, right? She began to cry and cry and cry and cry so much, so much. She was crying. She couldn't stop crying. She was crying and crying and crying and crying because she really missed Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam so much. And because she was crying so much, Sayyidina Umar and Sayyidina Abu Bakr, they all began crying. Everybody began crying because she was crying so much. They all also began crying and they cried 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 so much. And then Sayyidina Abu Bakr said, Oh Barakah, why are you crying so much? You're making us cry because you are crying now. We are crying. You're making us cry, Barakah. You're making us cry. Right? They cry, right? You're making us cry, Barakah. You're making us cry. And then Sayyidina Abu Bakr said, Barakah, don't cry. Don't you know that what Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has right now is better for him? He's in paradise. Why are you sad? Don't be sad. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu has gone to paradise. What he has right now is better for him. The world is difficult. He was poor in this world and he didn't eat so much in this world. Now he's in paradise, right? Why do you cry, Barakah? Don't you know that what has happened to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is better for him? And Sayyidah Barakah said, right, what has happened? Nabi Muhammad passed away, right? What has happened is better. You know, it's like the people in Palestine. You know, you all see the video people in Palestine. You know how they torture them and they don't give them food and they don't and they block the water and the food from them, right? You know what? These people, they pass away, they go straight to paradise. They go straight to paradise. Just today, Ustazah was reading the Quran this morning, and Allah says that the people who die, right, and they believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they die in the way of Allah, don't say they are dead, but they are alive. They're alive in paradise, and Allah is giving them the best food and the best drink and the best houses in paradise. They're in palaces in paradise. They are much happier in paradise than in the world, right? The people who passed away in Palestine and the people who killed them. Oh, these people, you see the day of judgment, what happened to them. You will see how Allah will punish them for being so cruel to the children and to the people in Palestine, you know. Or you will see the day of judgment, you will see how Allah will punish every single one of them who were doing very evil things. And they didn't change their ways. They did evil things, right? You see on the day of judgment how Allah will handle them, right? They can't get away with it, right? They don't get away with it. They think they got away with it, but they cannot get away with it. So Sayyidina Abu Bakr said, don't you know that what has happened is better for Rasulullah? And Sayyidah Barakah said, of course I know. Of course I know that what happened with of course I know that what happened with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is better for him. Of course I know that. But I am crying. You know, I'm not crying because, I don't know that he's in a better place. It's not because of that. Okay, I'm not crying because I don't know that he's in a better place. I know he's in a better place. I know. But you know why I'm crying? Who knows? Do you know why Sayyidah Barakah is crying? She knows Nabi Muhammad SAW is in a better place. Right? He's in paradise, right? But why is she crying? She said, I am crying. I am crying because no more new verses of the Quran that will be sent to us. Oh, this is why she's crying. She said that because no more new verses of the Quran. That's why. She loved the Quran so much. And she always looked forward to hearing more new verses of the Quran from Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, right? Allah sent Jibril to Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and every time he'll get new Quran, right? New verses of the Quran. But now Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam passed away. There's no more, right? No more. The Quran is finished. The Quran is done. It's complete. The Quran is complete. No more. Nobody will get new verses. The last prophet has passed away. There's no more revelation, right? So I'm crying not because I don't know that Nabi Muhammad SAW is in a better place. I know he's in a better place. I'm very happy for him. I'm very happy he's in a better place, yes. But I'm crying because there's no more new Quran, right? Now the Quran is fixed. It's complete. There's no more new ayat of the Quran. That's why she is crying. Yeah, mashallah. No, she can read the Quran herself, yes. But you understand what I'm saying or not? The Quran didn't come to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in one go. You all know that? The Quran came to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam bit by bit by bit by bit. So every time new ayat came down, he will go and tell her straight away. And she will memorize the ayat. But now he has passed away. Are there going to be any more new ayat? Will there be any more new ayat or not? Now that he has passed away. Will Jibril come down anymore? Will Jibril come and say to people new ayat of the Quran? Or no? The last prophet has passed away. Right? So now whatever that Nabi Muhammad SAW received, that is the Quran. Correct? Nobody can add to it. It is the Quran. Khalas, that's the Quran. So she cried. She said that, I miss hearing him. I miss hearing him tell me about the Quran. MashaAllah. And that made Sayyidina Abu Bakr, Sayyidina Umar cry and cry and cry and cry even more. Subhanallah. Right. Another time, Sayyidina Abu Bakr, okay, inshallah, I'll just mention the first part of the story, then tomorrow I'll continue, okay? Tomorrow, hear the story, okay? Another time, Sayyidina Abu Bakr went to his daughter, Sayyidina Aisha, because he wants to do what Nabi Muhammad SAW used to do, right? So he went to his daughter, Sayyidina Aisha, and he chose Sayyidina Aisha, okay? Sayyidina Aisha, and he said, yeah, Aisha, tell me, tell me what the Prophet used to do. And Sayyidina Aisha said, you know, there is a Jewish man. A Jewish man, that means not a Muslim, right? He used to feed a Jewish man, a blind Jewish man. So Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to go to a blind man who is not a Muslim, and he will feed the blind man using his own hands into the mouth of the man. Oh, mashallah. Is Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam really amazing? That he will even go to somebody that is not his family, not even a Muslim, and he swap, he feed the man with his hands. Then Aisha said, Abu Bakr, Rasulullah SAW used to go to this blind man. And this blind man, right, he is not a Muslim. And Nabi Muhammad SAW will go to him and feed him. So Sayyidina Abu Bakr asked Sayyidina Aisha, where is this blind man? And Sayyidina Aisha said, oh, he lives in this particular place. Okay, and she described where is the place where the man lived. So this man is blind. He is not a Muslim, right? But Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to go to his house and feed him. He's a blind man. He's a Jew, okay? He's a Jew. He's not a Muslim. So this blind man was sitting down, right? And suddenly, so then Sayyidina Abu Bakr came to his house, right? Sayyidina Abu Bakr came to his house and Sayyidina Abu Bakr began to feed him. He brought food, right? And he began to feed him. Sayyidina Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr. And he began to feed the man food. When he took the food and he put the food in the man's mouth, the man grabbed his hand. The man grabbed his hand. And the man said, who are you? And then Sayyidina Abu Bakr said, I am just someone who's feeding you. Then the man said, you are not the person who feeds me every day. You are somebody else. I can tell. You are not gentle like the person who comes to feed me every day. The person who feeds me every day, he is very gentle. You are not gentle. You are someone else. Tell me, where is the person who feeds me every day? The man didn't even know who is the one who feeds him every day. He didn't even know who is the one who feeds him every day. MashaAllah, right? He didn't even know that it's Nabi Muhammad SAW who's feeding him every single day. He doesn't even know that. And every time Nabi Muhammad SAW feeds him, he will say bad things about Nabi Muhammad SAW. Oh, and Nabi Muhammad just keep quiet. Just keep quiet and don't say anything. And just feed the man every single day. And the whole time the man is saying bad, terrible things about Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So when the man grabs Sayyidina Abu Bakr's hand, he said, "You are not the person who feeds me every day. You are not the person. I know. The one who feeds me every day is more gentle. He has a very beautiful smell that comes from him. It is not you." And so Abu Bakr began to cry. He cried and cried and cried. He said, "Yes, the one who feeds you every day has passed away. The one who feeds you every day has passed away." And the man said, "Who is the person who feeds me every day?" And Sayyidina Abu Bakr said, "It's the Prophet Muhammad. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He is the one who feeds you every day. And I am Abu Bakr. I, the Prophet Muhammad." Something like the blind lady. Zidane was a blind man. I am the Prophet. I am the Khalifa right now. Right? The Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was the one who feeds you every day. And the man got so embarrassed. He said, "What? All this time? The person who fed me every single day was the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam." The man got so touched by Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's kind actions that he said, "Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah." And the man became a Muslim. MashaAllah, right? He became a Muslim. Just because from the kindness of Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Okay, let me see. Okay, I know some of you have your hands up. I'm going to see if I can hear you. Okay, but you all have good questions or not? Was it good questions? Okay, you all good questions or not? Right, who has questions? Can you type your questions on the chat first for me to check if your questions are good questions? Because I want to see if these are good questions. Okay, right. Anybody has any questions or not? Do you have any questions? Put on the chat. Yeah, similar story, mashallah. Okay, tomorrow I will tell you all about the second part of the hadith. Here, okay, let me show you all. Tomorrow I'll tell you about the second part of the hadith where he said, "Ask the scholars questions." There's a funny story. I have a funny story about somebody who did not want to ask the ustad questions and he tried to figure it out himself and he did something very silly. Tomorrow's story is quite funny. Okay, he did something really very silly because he didn't want to ask teachers the question. He wanted to figure things out himself, and he ended up making a fool of himself and do silly things. Yeah, Allah. Okay, okay. Who has a question? At what age Sayyidina Barakah passed away? Homework for you all. Go and find out. Like what age Sayyidina Barakah passed away? She's not still alive. She's passed away. These are people who lived more than 1,000 years ago. Okay. Right. Okay. Who has other questions? Who has other questions? No questions. I will read dua lah. Okay, selawat after hadis. Selawat hadis. Allahumma salli afdala salawatika ala as'adil makhluqatika habibillah Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim arada ma'lumatika wa mir kalimatika kullama zakaraka wa zakarahu zakirun wa ghafala an zikrika